We got a question here from Ken. Ken says, I'm 40 years old and I'm a lifelong athlete. I've been alternating armor building formula and easy strength for about 6 months. That's a pretty good program. I am dumbfounded that for the last 32 years of sports, none of my former training routines can hold a candle to what your programs have given me. I got to tell you, Ken, that means a lot because, A, I work hard in this stuff, and, B, I think I have a lot of experience, but it's nice to hear somebody who has experience recognizing that, so I much appreciate it. For example, I just did a half-day whitewater rafting trip with my son, and the other day I went for a casual half-mile ocean swim while on holiday because, why not, he says. Frankly, I just don't feel like I have any limits right now. It's fantastic. So my question is this: for the next 15 plus years, do I really need anything other than these two programs? Let me double check your age again. Yeah, he's 40, folks, so 15 years gets him to 55, which to me is kind of one of those little lines in the sand. For the next 15 plus years, do I really need anything other than these two programs? So far, I've done 2 full doses of the armor building formula and easy strength in the middle with 1 or 2 weeks of rest and recovery, I love that, before starting the next program. I'm starting a new 40-day easy strength cycle next time with the different variations on the movements, love it, and I'm super excited. I don't see this excitement diminishing anytime soon because I continue to progress so measurably and there are so many variations of both programs. Is this bound to blow up in my face at some point? If I'm planning for longevity, what else might I consider? Okay, let's get right to longevity and then we'll backfill the key question here. I'm hoping you're seeing the dentist. I go 3 times a year. I'm hoping you're going to an eye doctor once a year. I hope you can go to a medical doctor and get an annual physical. Keep your, always uncomfortable, keep your colonoscopies up to date. And some places now, they're recommending as young as 40 to start those off. So you're right there. Take care of your community stuff. Make sure you have a good circle of friends worthy of the name, as Jerome K. Jerome reminds us of. Read some good books. Probably some caloric, know what your calories are as best you can. Keep your protein up. I just got another copy of Tufts. I get the Tufts monthly newsletter, and they recommend, now this is in pounds, and it's the best I can do, but 0.8 grams of protein per pound. I'm trying to get down to 200, so that's 160 grams of protein a day, which I got to tell you, gentle listener, getting 160 grams of protein in a day, it can be work. I mean, the protein is very satiating, but that's something I want you to think about too. Now, sleep. You've got to make sure you have quality sleep. If you have some extra money in the next year or so, upgrade your mattress, your pillow, your blinds, how quiet you can make your bedroom, and all the rest. It's worth the money for all that. Can you do the armor building formula on easy strength for the next 15 years? Absolutely. And I loved what you say because you're alternating. So listeners, what he's doing so well is he's doing 40 days of easy strength, and then he does the armor building formula. And then the next time he comes back to easy strength, he's doing some small, there's 3 in the book. I tell you, there's 3 kinds of variation. There's mild, there's wild, and there's no. And you going back and forth between the armor building formula and easy strength, there's a little bit of wild variation there, but there's also mild variation when you're going from, I usually use these examples, but you're going from the bench press to the incline. You're going to the pull up to the chin up. You're doing the heels together deadlift to the snatch grip deadlift or whatever you're doing. Yeah, I think you can do it. In fact, the nice thing is with all this enthusiasm you have, that's going to get you through a couple more years. Now, the only thing I do have to warn you, there's a good chance I might write another book, and then you're going to be stuck. You'll be like, now what do I do? And then we'll answer that at that time. I always have where programs come from me is generally to answer a question. Something comes up, the armor building complex comes up. It's a connect the dots between a whole bunch of experiences, and then a problem arose at the RKC, and the armor building complex came from that. But there's a whole bunch of dots floating out there that brought us the program. So who knows? Maybe in a month or two, something's going to come up and I'll be doing something. I'll have a new program for you. But until you're 55, I like what you're doing. So one thing Ken is doing, folks, and it's important you hear this, I call it everyday strength. To me, it's great that we peak for weightlifting meets. And it's great that we put all that gear on for powerlifting meets and you got the straps and the shirt and all that. That's great. But to me, the most important kind of strength to build from 35 to 55 is that what I call everyday strength. So if you were to take 6 weeks off, how strong would you be the first day, the second day, or the third day back from that vacation or forced whatever happened, okay? To me, that number that I haven't lifted in 6 months, but 2 workouts in, I benched this. That's the most important number. And over time, you want to nudge that everyday strength number up a little bit. Absolutely, I want you to train 3 days a week, and I want you to do all this. But things do happen, and I just want that strength that just sticks with you to be as high as it possibly can. And outside of, investing early, paying off your mortgage, having savings, being in a great community, having people in your life that you trust and are wonderful, everyday strength is probably the best investment you can possibly have. Great question, Ken. Great question. Yeah, really good one. Thank you.